Ladies and gentlemen, the time has hit 0 and the song is now done. Do you know what that means? Time for some fun!
Already?
Yes, it's
That's
time
quick.
Time for some fun now!
Still trying to fix it.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can hear you.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, who's ready to venture into a dungeon?
All of us.
Maybe it should have been better if we planned.
It's raining.
Maybe we should have planned this intro.
You guys planned this?
Do we plan anything?
No.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Perception Check. You must have rolled pretty high to find our quiet little stream. How's everybody doing?
Trying to log into the session.
Oh,
Heard.
Great, thanks.
very good.
I'm ready to die.
Oh, come now, Caitlin. It's not like your situation is looking kinda... Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Insert I am in danger meme here.
I'm in danger!
I can't even remember why you're in danger, but I think it's funny anyway.
And that's our Raven, everybody.
That's our Raven. I just got that. So how long before Moon Raven suddenly gets a glimpse in his eyes of what's about to happen in the session?
Oh dear God.
Hush!
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will be your dungeon master, Brownie of the JCG Gamers tonight. Raven, no!
Oh gosh.
I would like to use my action to violate the Geneva Convention, please.
Okay. Okay, roll a religion check.
Really?
Can you figure out how to do it? Vegeta, no!
Vegeta, yes!
Thank you. Vegeta, no. Ow! Alright, anyway, I will be your host, Brownie of the JCG Gamers, and joining us tonight, we've got the Ragtag crews, you know and love them. We have a Kotlal.
Oh hi.
We have Adele.
Oi everybody.
We've got a Raven.
Alright, hello.
We have Aeon.
Ready to roll.
We have Alpha.
Jesus.
Agony.
We have Chopper.
Hello. A very frustrated Chopper.
And we have a Heidi.
I have kinetic sand and it is very addicting.
Ooh.
Well, that also known as stress relief.
Also known as, why is this stuff made of liquid?
It's like liquid, but solid.
It's taking lessons from Oobleck.
I'm suddenly scared the next thing is going to be, who parked that car on my sandwich?
Oh I did.
Yes, I know I do, Lee. I know I have to give you a token at some point, Raven. Unfortunately, the artist seems to have vanished off the face of the fucking planet.
Easy does it, easy does it. We're not bringing the drama here. We're here to have fun.
Oh, it can just be a generic one, just so I can drag it in.
Yeah,
I can make you one.
Yeah, we can always work on things. We have some time. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've done enough babbling on, and the minute Chopper is having some connection problems getting into the session for some reason.
I'm downloading Chrome.
Oh,
Thinking it's Microsoft Edge's fault.
oh,
It's gone to that bit. It's gone to this. I see.
I hate Chrome, so this is so you can know how.
you hate
situation.
you hate Chrome, but he's a very good Fire Emblem character.
It's that serious.
Chrome. Do you mean Chrome?
That's the joke. Del, you're adorable.
Meow.
You're adorable. Let's do lunch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while Chopper is finding his way into the session, I will tell you right now. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Maybe a fight, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to play?
Yeah.
Very good. Are you ready? Are you ready, friends?
Aye, aye, Dungeon Master.
I can't hear you.
Aye, Dungeon Master.
Oh, who lives in the pineapple?
doing that
Under the
again.
pineapple. Under the pineapple.
That's my drop.
I love that.
Down
I
on the
love
Chrome
that
work.
meme. And there's a Chopper.
Oh, that worked better than I thought, and a lot faster.
I was expecting you to bash your head on the keyboard any second now.
Well, he does it in time with the music beat to that trumpet meme with the kitchen.
Yeah, just smash his head on the keyboard.
So who's got the trumpet?
It's a
We do.
trombone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Sam.
As a musician, I am triggered.
Okay, fine. I'll go get my bongo sticks and play the giant bongos.
Look, best I can do is didgeridoo.
Let's just get on with this. Get the creepy music on and let's get started. We're wasting time.
I'm so glad
Personally, I
somebody
don't think
finished up my
it's
joke.
that fun, so.
To be honest, I was sort of waiting for Chopper to fully load in. I mean, I saw his name, but I didn't know if it was still doing a loading
Oh
screen.
no, it's working.
Okay. Huh. Loading screen. Now I've got that song in my head. Oh well. If anyone knows from Homestar Runner the loading screen song, check that out. It's a good catchy song if you got something bored to look at.
Yay, anyone.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
It's been
Yes,
past 5
Captain.
minutes.
All right. I'm sorry.
Thank
I'm
you
trying-
for waiting.
No problem. Thank you for waiting. Okay, creepy music. Play the creepy music. Can everyone hear the creepy music?
I have a Sabaton blasting in my ears, so.
Well, that's another work. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin this episode of Perception Check. Episode 52, for the record.
Goodness.
So, last time on Perception Check, the Hope Finders had managed to customize themselves with the current loss of Mugbeard, their dwarven monk friend, who they lost in the battle against Diction and his pet bird. And it wasn't until after the situation was sort of calmed down that they managed to get a little bit of information from him whilst encountering their new friend, Liam Rusk, a resident of Helix who lost his shop, or workshop to be specific for those who want to be picky about details, during a recent attack. After managing to set him ablaze with a little bit of bad cursed magic from the slightly cursed Golden Heart,
Only slightly.
yep, the team decided it was best to sort out their situation whilst waiting for none other than Titanus Ron and Lord Lorna to arrive to customize a plan for the recent attack. It was as things were settling down that poor Goldie got the worser end of the stick, with her curse getting even worse. Being put on mute and on silence, in magic terms, and being left with not much a way around it. Except for the help of Liam with his magical tinkering skills of mechanical madness, managing to create a voice box that only states one phrase. Which I can't remember the exact wording, but all I know is, I'm sorry, I am a mute.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
Please be
along.
gentle.
Yes.
And as the evening was settling down and things were sort of getting hectic, Goldie made her way out into the streets. Whether it was to visit Trip, who was sitting in the fields outside, just thinking about the situation, or whether it was just to mellow out of the situation. In time, Goldie caught wind of a mysterious figure, watching it disappear as she got close, and then standing right before her, in plain eyesight view, was a golden and black dragonborn, staring Goldie right in the face. So, Hope Finders, or rather, Goldie. I'm gonna start with you in this scenario. Wait for this.
Oh no.
Well, I've had some fun with this. Alright, so before we get to Goldie, does anyone have anything else going on just so we can clear that out the way?
Got nothing right now.
Nothing for me either.
No. Alright, I tell you
Not
what.
quite.
If anyone has anything specific, say I right now, except for Goldie, who we're gonna deal with her scenario right now.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, but
wait,
Goldie can't speak, so how is he going to say I?
That's why.
Damn
That's
all of you!
why.
Damn all of you!
Are you saying damn? I should be the one saying damn all of you.
Anyhow.
Damn.
Alright, so Chocolate, did you say you had something?
Yes.
Alright, what are you doing?
I was gonna find Trilly and then drink.
Alright, Trilly, are you doing anything in this process, or are you just sitting in the room?
I pretty much just sat in the room with Sparks drinking.
Okay, so you're already drinking with Sparks by your side. Somehow
Yeah.
in the tavern. Don't know how you got him in, apparently.
I'm a halfling, I've had a rotten frickin' day, and I want to get drunk. I figured out a way.
She probably put Sparks in her bag of holding and then just brought him inside. And let him
Anyway, here's a bag of holding.
He's a giant scorpion.
It's like one of those cartoon gags where you just shove them in the bottle and they're just like a pair of eyes in black.
Here I am.
Yeah, we'll go with
It's
that.
like you go into a Pokemon Center and your Onyx comes out. It's just showing the bill.
Well, there goes the roof.
What about a wait? What about a Waylord?
Oh fuck
Oh.
yeah.
Goodbye,
There goes the
city.
building.
Just be glad it's not Dynamaxed.
Don't worry, lad.
Wait, Dynamax use Splash. Uh-oh. Anyway. So, those two are drinking. Is that it for everybody at the moment? Sounds like it. Okay,
I don't think I've anything.
that's fair enough. Yeah, we rolled a perception to see if you at least caught wind of somehow Goldie near the gate, somehow in your area. We got nothing of that, so you're just there. Just for the record. Alright, so, Goldie.
Yep.
Arrivederci. I'm kidding. So, Goldie, standing before you is a black-cloaked, scaly figure of a gold and black-scaled dragonborn. The figure is staring you right in the face, just slightly taller than you. He's sort of looking down at you with this weird, menacing-looking face. Its nostrils brimming with a small white smoke as it comes out. His arms are slightly crossed, almost like sort of one of those priest-style ones, where their hands are together and it looks like they're crossed. And he just looks at you, not saying anything. How do you respond?
Well, as soon as Goldie saw that that he was a dragonborn, her face immediately just fell into complete shock, and she yelled like, "Oh my god, you're a dragonborn, just like me!" And since she's mute, you probably can't hear her, so
Nope.
she probably looks like an idiot right now.
So essentially the equivalent is you're just sort of waving your arms around, essentially.
Yep.
Alright.
Like she's completely completely in shock that she finally found another one of her kind
Alright.
after so many years of wandering.
Alright. Well, the figure at this point looks at you. Looks at you waving your arms around in just excitable fashion. Gives sort of a weird smirk. And then goes off into the alley just behind the inn.
Follow. Goldie then immediately follows after him.
Okay. He's sort of looking at you as you're following, just to make sure you're there. And you make your way into the alley-like area behind all of this. Unbeknownst to you that this was where Ursula was a while ago, collecting some thoughts. And at this point, the figure turns to look at you. He removes the cloak a little bit to reveal a almost rough-dressed dragonborn, decorated with small bits of metallic on him, almost armor, but more sort of fingerless glove style metallic armor on his hands, and a small leather chest plate and baggy sort of leather trousers sort of going down. That's pants for those in America. And is just there looking at you. He throws the cloak to the ground and walks up to you. He sort of puts his scaly fingers underneath your chin and looks you in the eye. Not as bold as I thought.
Goldie then tries to once she then remembers thinking, oh yeah, I can't talk. She then tries to sort of mouth and also point to saying who are you, and almost in an attempt to sign language it.
Okay. Make a dexterity check for me, please.
Having so much fun. Okay, don't get any.
I'll say at least getting a 10 or higher will at least get a message.
I don't have any bonuses though.
Well, straight roll.
Yes.
15. Ooh, okay. He looks at you trying to mouth this, and he just sort of gives a friendly smirk. Ah, I see. You are unable to communicate. Well, more with just your hands right now. He sort of removes the hands away from the chin and walks around you in a circle, just sort of looking all over you at this point.
And he kind of just she sort of just fidgets a bit nervously.
Okay. He then makes his way back to the front of you. He sort of uncrosses his arms and stands there with sort of a standard looking posture. He then sort of can't help but just I think I can tell. You've been affected by the god's curse, haven't you?
I shake my head. Yes.
Shake your head, yes.
Yes, I did get cursed.
And I presume it's taken away your ability to speak.
The rope saying, yes, I am mute.
No matter. I understand, Goldie. Or rather, should I say, Golden Heart.
Goldie then mouths like, how do you know who I am?
You believe you're the only Dragonborn to exist of the Golden Scale. I believe you had, if I recall, a mother who chose to shield you away from everything. Correct?
Goldie just slowly nods her head.
He sort of walks up to you and stares you right into the eyes. And you can see these green sharp eyes. Almost weirdly alligator-like. But he looks you straight dead in them. Then backs away. Not quite ready yet.
Goldie then says wait, who are you? Please tell me your name.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because you can't speak.
Shit. I hate the curse.
I love this.
It's not fun at all. Watch now, I'll get like
12.
That's if I get lower.
1 second, you know what? I'm gonna make a roll myself just to see if he does respond. He sort of steps back and sort of in a gentleman fashion. He steps back and does like a graceful bow. Almost sort of like a gentleman you find at like those posh balls type of thing. And he raises his head at that point as he finishes the bow and goes, "Me? My name is Crescendo." And I was very, very intrigued to hear the rumors of another golden dragonborn.
And has
Sorry, you first. Go ahead.
sorry. I think if I remember correctly, Liam gave Goldie a quill and some paper.
Did you, Liam?
I did indeed.
All right. Yep. Go ahead then.
Okay. Goldie then writes, where, like, are you around here, and are there more of you?
Okay. For a moment, he sort of looks at you, then lowers his head and shakes it. To know that there is not just me. It genuinely pleases me to see that there is another one of my lifestyle.
She then writes, oh, sorry.
Sorry. He generally was about to actually... Sorry, he generally asks you... Goldenheart, what happened to you? I know of your mother taking you away from the village. But what happened to you?
Goldie then quickly fidgets a bit, and she then writes, were you from my village?
He looks at the question and looks at you and nods.
He generally looks like she looks like has like a pure like shocked expression, and she also felt like she also feels glad like she has like someone like who was once from her home.
So excited she tweeted it. Oh wait, no. In this case, would she actually what would she be tweeting in this one? She parchmented it. Just found long lost member of tribe. Hashtag happy.
Oh, lol.
Happiness in scales. Sorry.
Happiness is skills. That's cute.
I'm glad
Then Goldie then quickly writes, do you know of the Black Pen?
The Black Pen. I presume you're on about those figures causing trouble.
Goldie nods her head.
I am familiar with their activities at the moment. Why do you ask?
He then writes, one of the members, a dragonborn named Feather, was the one that had attacked and destroyed our village.
I had a feeling that name would eventually creep up again. Yes, it is true.
Could you tell... Oh,
It's something I really hoped would never have happened so much.
right. What happened? Could you tell me the full story of why he attacked?
To be honest, that is kind of why I am here. Tell me, are you traveling alone right now?
Odie shakes her head and points back at the inn.
Ah, so you have comrades within the inn. Well, to be honest, I have heard a little bit of your exploits. There were rumors about a group of different residents of Monu, and the Dragonborn was mentioned. So I wanted to come here to check out this information myself. And I presume that the Dragonborn was you in question for who saved it.
And just like smiles proudly with her chest puffed up with pride.
Well, I can understand the boastfulness. Tell me, would it be possible if I spoke to you and your comrades right now?
I nodded my head with a smile.
Very well. I shall stay back here out of sight for now. Bring your comrades round here. I will stay out of sight And when you get them together, and he looks sort of around, and he notices a nearby excuse me, a nearby bit of the broken robot that you guys have brought back there, or rather what Ursula and Trip were trying to sort out. And there's a small bit of that there, and he looks at it. That piece of metal there, bang that 3 times, then 2 times with a gap. I will know that's you.
Okay.
Very well. I shall see you shortly. And with that, he just dips into the shadows, completely out of sight. Trip. Trip, one question for you, Trip. Could I get a perception check for you, please, just right now?
Okay. Perception. Which one?
18. Okay. So, Trip, as you're sort of having your moment outside the gates, you hear a very faint sort of conversation close by. You can tell it's from 2 different people, and the only words that you picked up from the conversation was the phrase, "That figure must have entered the town. Come on."
That sounds alarming. Trip looks up and gets up and starts to look where the sound exactly came from.
Okay. Well, at the minute, you don't know that. All you know is basically what the guards have said on that one quote, and that's all you know. So if you'd want, you've got basically a choice of either staying there talking to the guards, or you can look around on the outskirts for. Well, essentially.
She's gonna talk to the guards, of course.
Okay. So you're gonna head to the guards. Okay. So the guards are sort of there. And you see them sort of walking back. They hear you rustling, because I presume you're just walking back.
Yeah.
So they hear the noise, and you watch, and basically you watch as they both point a sword in your direction. Who goes there?
She goes, don't worry, it's just me, Trip.
Oh, the Furbolg. You startled us.
I couldn't help but to overhear your conversation. There was some sort of figure?
Yeah. According to one of the night patrol, they watched a figure enter through the gates a moment ago. Supposedly, they entered through and somewhere within the city walls. Obviously, we kept an eye on things and didn't see anything, but we were just going to check it out. Have you seen anything on the outside of the city during your time outside?
Did she?
No. But that was what that perception check was earlier. Sorry.
She shakes her head. I haven't noticed anything but the river running, and the sounds of the river.
Well, that's a bit of a shame. Well, we're gonna go inside the city and go have a look and see if we can check this out. Are you planning on staying outside?
Yeah, I think it would be nice to just sleep outside the city for once. You know, between the wildlife near the river.
Alright. Well, keep yourself safe, but if you see any strange figures, be sure to alert us immediately. Understand?
She nods. She's like, I will.
Alright. Come on. And with that, he sort of leads to the other guard, and you watch as the 2 guards rush into the city, past the, up to the one at the front of the gate. He opens it up, and they walk straight in, and the gate closes there. So, the rest of the time, it's entirely up to you. What do you wish to do?
I got one question.
Yes.
Are the golems still there?
Yes.
Then she's gonna just take a quick look at them, thinking, just because it's like, well, they were made and they were here, and can I roll a quick perception to see if anything changed, or did nothing change at all?
Sure, go on then. I'll allow it.
Someone dinged inside the place. Where's the... Sorry, it's plus 3.
No,
Fail.
6. Yay, low roll. They just it's kind of hard to tell, but they look like they have. They look like they haven't moved.
Huh. She just shrugs and she heads back to her campsite near the river.
Okay. So I presume that's what you're sticking with doing for the rest of the night, yeah?
Yeah, she's gonna sleep outside. As I said, she's gonna sleep near nature just to reconnect a bit.
That's fair enough. All right, so Goldie, back to you. So Goldie, you've got this direction on there. What are you doing?
Then races back into the inn with a really excited grin on her face.
Okay, so
And she bursts through the door.
So you burst through the door, and everyone on the lower tavern, and I actually have my notes based on all this. Everybody except Ursula and Trilly are on the lower level. Ursula and Trilly are both in the rooms. Everyone else is on the lower level. So the rest.
Wait, what about me?
You're on the lower level as well because. Oh wait, you went to go find Trilly, didn't you?
I did, yes.
You're upstairs with Trilly then.
Okay, so am I on the lower floor?
Yeah, so that's Zelion. Oh wow, there's not really much to go on here. Alright, so that is Zelion and Liam. You are both on the lower level right now. So you are both there and everyone else is on the upper floors there. So you two have just watched as Goldie has just burst through the door. Everyone sort of looks in the direction.
Goldie? What? Everything okay?
She begins to speak like this. Guys, oh, right.
Speak up.
You're an ass.
Well, yeah.
We figured that out a while ago.
Goldie then, like, she frustratedly goes towards them because she's still, like, knowing that she can't speak.
I can't hear you.
Ooh. Ooh.
Goldie gets Liam, she bashes him on the head.
Wait, you making an attack?
Yes,
Okay, make a... Wait, what are you attacking with?
my mace.
Oh
on
god!
his head.
Roll an attack! Oh, I hope Liam has a very good defense right now.
Well,
Wait, was...
technically I can use my reaction here if I...
Depends
So
what you
I-
want to do. Oh, you got a reaction?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I cast shield.
No! Ow!
Oh, I
Well,
didn't even have to.
so I'd say in this scenario, Liam raises up the shield spell at this point, and just when you watch the shield, you go, "No, this isn't worth it," and you just stop and just put the mace away. And then the shield spell diminishes.
Oh, that was fun. Now, you can just write it down, you know. I gave you pen and paper. Unless you
By
throw it
this
away.
point, people in the tavern are looking in your direction, kind of whispering and talking behind the back.
Not again.
The tavern keeper just sort of looks over and goes, "Could you keep the ruckus down?"
She won't say anything.
At this point, I think you're just egging her on.
But it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, Goldie quickly writes down, Zillion, where is everyone else?
I look at the note. I think I know. Let's see. Magnus went out to go find Trilly, I believe, and Ursula. I look at the stairs. I think she just needs some time alone right now.
Wait, is Magnus and Trilly still in the building?
To the unbeknownst to you guys, but I'd say to Zelion, yes. So Goldie, you don't know, but Zelion and Liam, you both know. Actually, one question before I carry on. I just remembered this. Heidi.
Yes.
Ursula snuck out the back into the alleyway to go do basically a moment to herself. I need to ask a question because I forgot to ask this. Were you
Go on.
Were you still in the alleyway, or did you come back?
No, I came back.
You came back.
I went.
Okay.
I went myself into the corner of the inn, away from the bar and unbeknownst to everybody. So I'm on the lower level. I know Goldie's
so
there.
Ursula is looking at this scenario, but unbeknownst to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to
I
make
got
sure
one more
of that.
question.
Yes.
I got one question. Does anyone know what Trip is?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Does anyone care where Trip is?
I'll tell you what. In this scenario, if anyone wants to try have their character recall if Trip has mentioned something, actually going through bits in my head. No, Trip just went off. Didn't say a word.
Trip just went off again. Trip
Yeah,
went
Trip
off
just
again.
did her own
Did anyone
thing.
notice it?
Fair enough.
And nobody questioned it again.
All right, fair enough then. Never mind about
she
Trip.
just went. She just went on a trip again.
Again. I look at Liam.
Bitches be tripping.
So
Stop!
There goes a PG rating.
Oh, great, this sanity's starting to fall. Quick.
okay, can we continue?
Yes.
This.
Yes.
All right, and I don't know where. I'm not sure where Trip even went. She didn't say anything.
Face palms, like, oh, great. I really was hoping all of you would be here.
I look at her quizzically.
Okay. Goldie then writes, could you try and get everyone? I have managed to meet.
Oh, 1 second, sorry. I just realized Goldie rolled a d6, not a d20.
Oh.
Goldie rolled the wrong dice for a d20 attack. When you declare the attack with the mace, you have to roll the d20. It's only if you hit, you roll the d6 for damage.
Oh shit! Wait, let me check what I would have got. I forgot.
It's all
So
right.
it's
It's all right. We'll let it slide on this one. But
Nope.
7 still wouldn't have hit.
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. Carry on.
I have I've managed to meet a dragonborn.
I look at the note. Wait, you what?
She shakes her head like nodding, like yes. And she then writes, now I need everyone to meet me back at the alley behind the inn.
Caitlin, make a Caitlin, dexterity check on that one, please.
Oh, you hate me today, don't you?
No, it's
Are
just
you
you're
making-
frantically you're putting this to excitement now, so I have to see if you're able to keep at least some calmness to write a note.
It sounds more like you're giving her Trip shield rolls.
No? Oh, 6. You're able to at least get one word. Alleyway.
Oh.
Alleyway? Wait a minute. Are you trying to say that that whoever you saw, this Dragonborn, they want you to meet in an alleyway? I'm confused. Hello?
We can
Yeah, we
still
hear you.
Okay, it's just everybody was so quiet.
Yeah, we're waiting for a response.
I did.
Oh no, you gave the response. I was just waiting on Caitlin.
Okay.
Exactly.
Like, Goldie just shakes her head, like, yes.
Oh, sorry, missed that bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I tilt my head as I see her shaking her head to say yes, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Can you just nod?
He just grabs Zeon and Liam and just drags them out the inn.
Okay, hold on. Is Zelion and Liam, are you going willingly or resisting?
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go with her.
Okay, Liam?
Yep. This is willingly.
Alright, so...
Before you can, I'm gonna step in front of Goldie and be like, hold an arm out like one of those railway stop.
like one of those crossings. Ding.
Yes.
Okay.
Ding 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 ding.
So what? The arm comes out and he just whacks on Goldie's chest plate. Ding 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 ding. Sorry, carry on, Heidi.
All right, I'm gonna just Goldie in her tracks. Like, where do you think you're going?
At this point, Zelion and Liam, you've now noticed Ursula.
Ursula? Yeah. When did you get back?
I've been here for the past hour. I heard pretty much everything.
Oh. Okay.
This makes it so much easier. I just grab Ursula by the ear and I quickly
you do
say,
know
like,
you've got both your hands with a Zelion and a Liam in it.
Oh yeah, I meant to say, like, I let go of Zillion Liam and just like grab Ursula's ear and just drag her along.
Uncanny dodge. I'm not. I'm going to resist.
Okay, wait. So you're going to dodge it?
Yes.
All right. Make a dexterity check, and Goldie, you make a dexterity as well.
Oh god!
To see whether Goldie grabs Ursula before it's too late, or whether Ursula dodges. Oof!
This is it! Yeah!
Oh!
Yes!
So Ursula, thinking it was better to just stop, and before you can even get much of a response, Goldie just looks at you with a smirk, grabs you by the ear before you can even dodge, and just begins to drag you.
Ow!
Hey, Goldie, I know you're excited, but just can you just not hurt anybody, please?
Yeah, can you don't?
Yeah, I ignore Liam and just follow Goldie and her sled.
Alright, actually, hold on one second. Before we carry on, Trilly, Magnus, could you make a perception check for me, please, for both of you?
Sorry to that.
Just to see if you heard a door crashing as it opened when Goldie ran through?
Oh, Ursula screaming in pain. Like,
more the door at this point.
God, he's such an asshole.
No, I didn't.
Magnus is drunk off his head.
Oh, nothing new there.
Oh, there's Aeon.
Sorry, I got kicked out of Roll 20.
Oh, dear.
Perception check.
Yes.
Right.
Perception check.
He's at the name of the show!
Yay!
If anything,
Just one thing though. I am at this point, I imagine, heavily drunk.
Well, because you went back there and started, you know what? Yeah, disadvantage.
Hooray!
Oh!
Any less than a 9?
Oh!
A 9.
Oh, that would have been good. No, you're... 9!
I see a face full of scorpion.
You're able to... You hear at least a partial noise, but the noise you think it is more Magnus slamming down the jug right next to him rather than a door.
It's not important enough to stop drinking over.
Alright, so you two are going to carry on drinking.
Yes.
Alright, so Goldie, you're dragging an Ursula out, so I presume you're going straight for the alley? Wow, that came out wrong.
Yeah, and I'm following after them.
Alright, Liam?
I'll follow.
Alright, so I'll just move you with this one over here for now. I'll sort this out later for you. Sorry, dude. Everything else in between. Alright, so you all make your way to the alleyway. So, Goldie, you still have an Ursula by the ear, who, because of your claws right now, is sort of digging almost into her ear right now.
Keep in mind, I only have 40 bits.
It's there.
Okay. Goldie then, once they make it, Goldie then lets go of Ursula.
I'm gonna just grab my ear. What the fuck, you golden bat? That hurts.
Well, if I didn't get rid of the PG rating, it certainly did it.
I'm pretty sure I got rid of that a long time ago.
Goldie! Would you slow down, please?
Ow.
Hey, Ursula, you okay?
I'll be fine once I get out. I don't want to deal with this right now.
Hey, I think Goldie's just getting excited.
I don't care. I'm going back to the inn and I'm getting a sleep. And I start marching back through the alley from whence we came.
Alright.
Bye.
Alright, so Ursula's off.
Yeah. I have a really evil idea.
Oh no,
Nah.
what are you doing?
No.
Oh no.
Haven't you pissed off your god enough?
Oh no, Goldie is going to use her bag of tricks.
She's gonna make a creature appear!
Yeah.
What?
I should point out there are plenty more gods that Goldie can piss off.
Oh yes.
Oh, I gotta get this
Let's
up.
see.
I
Why she'll die this time?
Goldie, do you really? Are you sure? I don't think you. Just leave Ursula alone, please.
Way too much important. This is way too important.
So
I don't-
are you using the bag of tricks?
Yeah, so I need to roll a one.
Alright, so roll a d8 for me, please, Caitlin. let's see what...
I got a 2.
A 2.
So that... Oh, I got an 8.
Yes, you got an 8.
Oh no.
You put your hand in. So you had a baboon the last time. So this is an 8 this time. So you put your hand into the bag. You pull out this small orange like ball, and as you do so, it causes a cloud of smoke, and right before you is an ape just standing right there.
Important.
Yes.
What kind of ape are we talking about? Are we talking orangutan? Are we talking gorillas?
Oh, enough with the technicalities. It's just an ape according to the book.
Ape escape.
Doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. Even if it has a monkey kind of shape.
Who's the monkey?
Doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey.
Stop
Doesn't
aping
have a tail,
around.
It's not a monkey. It's an ape.
Stop it!
Well, technically, a human is also an ape, but okay.
So Goldie then points towards Ursula and looks at the ape.
So, Ursula.
Go get!
Okay, Ursula, as you're just about to enter the tavern, you hear coming behind you.
Oh my god. I'm making a break for the inn door.
Okay, then then I need you to make an acrobatics check. Caitlin, I need you to roll 1, 2 to see if
I got
you're
a
able
one.
to catch up. In fact,
I'm
I believe there is a bonus to this. Give me a second.
While they're rolling, I'm gonna say this. Da, 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 da.
Shut up, you. Okay, I need you to add a +2 to this.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Can you beat a 9?
Yeah, this is not going to be funny to the rest of the party. Goldie keeps this.
Find out
keeps
if it.
acting
Well. Oh no.
Yes!
So Ursula, you managed to dart ahead, this time more alert as you look at the ape coming towards you. Whether it's because of fear or whether it's because of you can't deal with this, you literally make a break into the bar and you enter through the door.
I must slam the door behind me.
The ape just goes up to the door and and it begins to bang on the door.
Oh, jeez.
You asked for this.
No, I'm getting my long rest if it kills me. I'm gonna march up the stairs and head into the room, slam the door, lock it, and I'm going to go to bed.
So Ursula's in a locked room. Okay, fair enough. So the ape at this point and begins to sort of walk back to you, Goldie, just kind of like.
I pat the ape. You tried.
I glare at Goldie. Goldie, are you okay? Are you trying to get us kicked out? We got kicked out last time because we made ourselves look like because admittedly we look like jerks to the rest of the town. Do you really want to contribute to that? We have a chance to do right for this town for once. And I don't know what's gotten into you, Goldie. I get you're excited, but just stop trying to make things worse, okay?
Yeah, also I'll have to take that rope away from you.
Wait, my what?
That was your speaking utensil.
No, Goldie then just says shakes her head, saying no. And then she just rolls her eyes and just walks towards the metal pole that that you mentioned. Quick question: how do you pronounce his name?
You mean the character?
Yeah.
Crescendo.
Crescendo.
Yeah, like the music term.
Crescendo. All right. So she walks over to the pole where Crescendo mentioned, and she uses a mace and hits the metal bar 3 times, then waits, then 2 times.
So you've just watched. So Goldie bangs onto this piece of metal. Zelion and Liam, you both look on at this, not sure what to make of all this scenario based on what you think.
Well, let's hope it doesn't wake someone up.
As a matter of fact, I'm glad that you said that. Ursula, Magnus, Trilly.
Ursula's going to be pissed.
Perception checks for me, please.
He said the name.
Yeah, he said the name.
Imagine they all roll yeah. Imagine they all roll ones.
I don't think I saw it.
19.
Heard.
Okay.
All right, you heard it. 13.
Let's see.
Come on.
Ursula with a 13. Aeon, one from you. A disadvantage because you're drunk off your head.
For both of
Damn
us?
right I am.
Magnus, you're just on the border, so I'd say you're fine.
Oh,
Oh, wow!
bugger.
18 on
18
disadvantage.
regardless.
So, Ursula, you vaguely hear a noise coming from the alleyway, but you're not sure, and in fact, it's entirely up to you if you want to assume otherwise, but you're not sure what that is.
I'm just going to ignore it, and I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay.
Didn't Liam also have to roll?
No, Liam is in the alleyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right there. I
Yeah.
see it.
But Magnus and Trilly, you both hear this noise coming from the alleyway that's just behind the room where you guys are, and you guys can hear it as clear metallic clanking. And in fact, as you do so, you're able to at least hear the sound of Zelion in the process.
Oh god, what's going on now?
Is there a window in the room that looks out into the alleyway?
There is.
Yeah, let's look out that window, shall we?
So you both look out the. So are you both looking out of it?
Yep.
If I can reach.
I'd say Magnus can lift you up.
Yeah, I was about to suggest that too.
So the father lifting up the daughter.
Let's see what's this.
So you both look outside and you just see Goldie just slamming on this metallic piece of metal twice.
What the hell is she doing?
And then my head appears below Magnus's Scooby-Doo style, and I just go,
I'm gonna climb out the window and join them.
Okay, make an athletics.
Remember, I scaled the whole side of a building to get back at Mugbeard. So
enough.
this is not unusual for me.
one very important question. When you see you're climbing out the building, are you still holding me?
Please do!
That's
No.
a good point.
No, I am not holding you.
Okay, then make an athletics check, Magnus.
Well, it's a +7,
Alright,
so...
Trilly, are you doing anything or just staying in the wind?
I am sitting there debating to go back to sleeping with the scorpion.
Oh, well, we got 25. Despite being almost drunk, flips out the window in pure fashion and lands quite elegantly, managing to climb down safely.
You know what that reminds me of? Is when Johnny Depp does his Jack Sparrow shit on the ship. I just imagine Magnus is Jack Sparrow and he just, like he's drunk off his balls and he still manages to land on his feet.
So how long before he goes with his mug and goes, why is the rum gone?
That's his secret, he's always drunk.
Goldie then writes on her note like 10 out of 10.
What in the heck is going on in here?
At that point, the alleyway begins to slowly cloud a little bit, almost ominous. And as that happens, a cloaked figure steps out. Goldie, you recognize the figure straight away by the attire, and it pulls back the hood. And to all of you who are looking onwards, you do see the sight of a gold and black dragonborn.
Trilly, what was in that booze?
And it's wearing a black robe. Does it look like a Black Pen member?
I was wondering if that would come up. Actually, you know what? Make either perception or history.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, with disadvantage because she's drunk off her head.
15.
The
Oh, 15.
That's still a 15. Okay, 15.
First nat 20 of the night.
Yeah, first natural 20. That is pretty good, actually. Okay. I shall message you something. Yes, he gets whispers. Whisper, 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 whisper.
You got all that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just heard you say whisper, whisper.
I still prefer one of the other ones, like whisper, 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 and then one of the figures.
There's
Why is
that
it no
damn
one's
bird.
hearing? Why is it you only speaking? Whisper, 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 whisper. Get back here. Oh.
Okay.
All right. So here you go, Aeon. This one's just for you. Okay.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, pretty drunk, I am going to vanish back inside and reappear at the window, aiming my bow at it. And there's a slight problem, due to being drunk, the bow is the wrong way round.
At this point, the figure just looks around at all of you, notices in the window the slightly messed up halfling, then looks back at you, Goldie. Are these your comrades?
Goldie writes, yes, but they're very, very special.
He looks back up.
As the person who got her voice taken away.
Someone looks back at Trully and just sort of gives a hand motion, kind of just like points at the bow and just flips his finger almost like it's a direction.
I just look. Trully just looks extremely confused. Looks down at the bow, blushes, and turns it around.
He just sort of gives a nod and goes, "You'll do better with that facing your foe rather than at yourself. Just a friendly heads up."
Stop.
Truly, get on. Put that bow away before you poke yourself with your eye with it.
You realize you're mute?
Oh fuck! I forgot. I forgot.
I'm
Really?
drunker than I
Go
thought. I
home.
think you're good at that.
You're drunk, Trilly.
No shit.
Did you not see me backflip out of the room?
At this point, the figure walks forward a bit more in this and goes, "Comrades of Goldenheart, I am pleased to make your acquaintance, and I understand the tenseness of some of you."
Things have been pretty tense recently. I'm guessing you're the Dragonborn that Goldie mentioned?
If by mentioned, I'm guessing she wrote down, but yes.
I hold up the paper with what she wrote. Yep.
He looks over at you, Goldie, and gives a sort of nod as if to say, "Well done." He then looks back at Rishi and goes, "Do not be alarmed. My name is Crescendo. I'm a former Dragonborn resident from Goldenheart's old village."
Oh. I see.
"And I presume you are this team that supposedly got removed from Helix at one point?"
At one point, yes.
Oh, not me.
But that's land he's new.
Yeah, I just kind of look away in shame. Just pulling my hat down over my eyes. It's not our proudest moment, I'll admit.
"I would dare not think so, especially for villains who conquered a Black Pen member, supposedly."
Excuse, I look up at the word. Excuse me? You think we're villains?
No. I never said you were villains. I said it wouldn't be the proudest moment for heroes who vanquished the villain.
Oh. Okay.
I never
Okay, I
implied
guess.
you were villains in the slightest.
Sorry, I guess I misunderstood that.
It is quite all right. Now, there is a reason why I have come before all of you. First of all, I came to inquire that this rumor about a Dragonborn was true who were removed from Helix. Goldie is the first sign that I have seen from somebody from my village, and honestly, it is quite a sight to behold. So, forgive me for the sudden eagerness of her, but I would presume the rest of you would be about the same if you were presumed the last of your kind and you saw somebody you hadn't seen before.
You're talking to a half elf who grew up in a village of orcs.
Half orc.
Oh. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Anyway.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, to properly introduce... Carrying on, sorry. Goldie asked me what exactly happened to the situation. And since it relates to presumably what you are all doing, it was probably better that you all heard this from me.
I guess that's why Goldie was so eager. I glance over at Goldie, then back at Crescendo. But what exactly do you need to tell us?
I need to tell you the secret of why our village was attacked. And it relates to the one that is nicknamed Feather.
Oh. Right. We've ran into him before.
I had a feeling as much. Not to sound rude, could your halfling friend maybe pull the bow away? I'm a little nervous with that pointing at me, to be honest. He's looking up at you, Trilly, as he's saying this, by the way.
Yeah, if he looks a little bit closer, I'm pointing the bow at him. There's no arrow there. It's literally just the blood.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna roll to see if he actually notices. Nope, can't tell. He's just seeing a bow pulled back. He doesn't see there's no arrow.
I try to get a good look at Trilly. And wait, is it nighttime?
Yes.
Dark vision, yay.
Also, yay.
Dark vision.
Yeah,
Should I roll for
60 feet? You know what? I'd say you're all right in range. I'd say because he's looking up at it, you can tell where it's going. So I'd say it's all right.
Okay. Okay. Can I roll a perception to see if she has it? To see if she's loaded?
Go ahead.
Okay. I use perception, right?
You said you were using it, so yes.
Okay.
9. No, to you it looks like there's a bow being pulled back.
Okay. I wave over to Trilly. Trilly, it's fine. This guy's not a threat.
It's not a what? Hang on, I'm coming down. I can't hear from up here.
Wait, are you coming down, Trilly?
Yes.
Alright, are you going the main way, or are you going the Magnus way?
The Magnus way is more.
Oh, Magnus made it look so easy and we're drunk.
Okay, athletics check at disadvantage.
Wait, she's just going my way?
Yes, she's drunk as well.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Chris,
I would like to
if-
think that it's 7 I have in athletics.
Brownie,
I was going to ask if acrobatics counted, but no, this is funnier.
Hey,
Yes,
guys,
I
someone's
need-
trying to talk.
Nice.
Brownie, if Aeon fails this, do I roll perception to hear if I hear anything?
Depends how badly this messes up.
So let's
I
see.
love D&D.
Oh, 16. Oh, come on. What? Really? Wow.
Apparently our team works better when pissed.
Okay, you know what? Based on that one, I'd say you stumble a little bit. I'll say. I'll say based on this, you're able to at least jump out, but you're able to sort of stumble back, but not enough to cause any damage. Unless you purposely were aiming for somewhere.
No, I don't think I was trying to land on anyone.
Okay, fair enough. So you land and just sort of stumble forward. So, I'd say if you really want to, you know what, Ursula, make a perception check to Zelion calling out to Trilly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll say this is the last chance you got before you drift off to sleep.
All right, and then.
So if you hear this, it's your choice what you want to do. 17. I'll say you're able to hear a commotion from the alleyway, and it sounds almost like Zelion. So it's up to you what you want to do.
Ursula is just going to I fucking give up. Go to the window, open it, and look at what's going on, and I'm gonna shout, "Can you maybe not?"
You all look over and you see the slightly, I wouldn't say, I'd say the slightly sleepy, groggy girl who's sort of trying to sleep in the other window.
I'm gonna use my message cantrip to send her an apologetic message. Sorry.
point, by the way. Oh, sorry. Go on, Liam.
I just wave and say hello.
Yeah. So
Hope you had a good night. Rest.
So at that point, by the light from the partial ending there, you're able to at least see Liam. And an
Does it
ape.
look like I...
And there's an ape next to him.
I just eye the ape, and there's like a death glare in my eye at this point.
At that point, Crescendo looks over at you. Looks at the figure, looking over at you. Terribly sorry, madam. Didn't mean to wake you up at this time of the evening.
And I just shut the window and go back to sleep.
Fair enough. Okay. So Ursula's out of this one then, from the sounds of it.
Yeah. Maybe we should be a bit quieter from now on.
It's like, even though she saw a dragonborn, doesn't react to that.
Not really. All right.
Ursula just wants to get her long rest. She doesn't fucking care about anything else.
By the way, Trip is asleep right now. I'll call it a there, by the way. Actually, Trip, do one thing for me.
Oh no.
Trip Shield, I want you to make a wisdom check for me.
Hold up. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom plus a modifier. Oh, 10. Okay, I'll say before you drift off to sleep, you have a vague point in your mind. You do think about what the gods said, and then it just goes from your mind because you're adapted to nature. So I'd say if you're quite content on sleeping, you can go to sleep now, or it's up to you.
At this point, Trip is just a little bit out of it, and she falls asleep because, Mafia died after all, so she just needs some personal rest.
Okay. We just have to clarify that bit out the way, just to see whether it's wanted there. All right. So at that point, Crescendo looks over at the rest of you. All right. He looks back at you, Goldie. Is this everybody then?
I'm missing 2 more. But I don't know where the other one is.
Very well. I suppose this will do for now. Anyway, as to explain, my name is Crescendo, as I told you, and yes, I am from the village where Goldie resides. And to be specific, Goldie, I'm your uncle.
Oh, shit.
Actually, like, if she could speak, she'd be like, "Yeah, you what?"
Good thing she's silent.
I was the brother to your mother. Things were hectic in those days. You were probably too young to remember. Also, Mad Day, you called it, but the wrong relative. Mad Day in the chat said it was the brother. Nope, uncle. Right.
Uncle!
You want to call uncle? Anyway.
I want to call my uncle that works at Nintendo.
No.
Maybe later.
No, I'm familiar with that game.
At this point, he sort of puts his arms behind his back and looks down. You were really too young to know any of this, but back when our small village was more adept and more attuned with everything, we were peaceful. There were dragonborns scattered at different villages in every single corner. We were residing in villages that always sit by the coastline. And I guess you could say we were the barriers that protected the monorail. However, that changed when that man came by. That man came by and preached how dragons were not supposed to be loyal to other kingdoms and more protectors, but more those to rule over everything. Most of the tribes didn't bat an eyelid. However, that's when he changed. He sort of looks up at the sky for a brief moment, then looks back down. There was a dispute. One of the Dragonborns listened to his words and decided to invade every single one of the village, starting off with his home, and then made his way through all the other ones. His name was Darkedge. He resided in the village of the Black Dragons. All he wanted to do was to try and be a somebody. You know, that feeling that every single one of us wanted to become. I'm sure all of you have at least experienced one moment where you took up something to become better at what you were. Whether it be... and he looks at you, Magnus, for a moment. Please excuse my intrusion, but somebody like you, Half-Orc, I'm guessing you took up the sword so you could be the proudest knight to defend the kingdoms.
Not exactly.
Oh.
But...
I'm sorry. I assumed the wrong thing. Please excuse me.
Don't worry about it.
But you all at least understand that feeling. That feeling that you wish you could be something more. Something was waiting for you out there.
To an extent, I suppose.
Well, this man, he managed to corrupt Darkedge. He decided to take up a following all because of some stupid legend that we used to reside with.
What legend is that?
The Scales of Skald.
Scales of what now?
The Scales of Skald. S-C-A-L-D. Like hot water scald.
Question.
Yes.
This is Magnus speaking.
Yes.
Those scales wouldn't happen to form a sword, would they?
No, they would not. They're just more of a written legend.
I'm thinking of something. That's not...
I presume you're referring to the Dragon's Talon.
I think I get it. Lots gone on in the last couple of days.
I could imagine. No, but the Scales of Skald are a very... It's a weird legend, but it was one that this man managed to corrupt. He sort of tenses up a little bit and just looks at the ground. Then looks at you, Goldie. Your mother was a very big believer that the Scales of Skald was real. At least, she was. She was one of the few who took it seriously. Are any of you familiar with the Scales of Skald exactly?
Can I make a history check?
If anyone wants to, you may make a history check if you wish.
Yes.
I will allow anybody to make it if you so wish. Anyone except Ursula and Trip, obviously, because you two are.
I was about to say.
I think it's -1 on my end.
Wow! 25, 24? Bloody hell, Liam Strong Point's history!
3.
3. Nope.
Well, Liam is... Well, he has an intelligence of 18, so...
Okay, fair enough. To Magnus, the scales of Scald sounds like the different varieties of getting burned. It depends if... I'll let you know when you do, Ursula.
She just writes on her letter, on a thing, letter paper. Could you tell us the legend?
Yeah, I'll say at this point, Zelion and Liam, you two are familiar with it. You just don't know the wording, but you know it existed based on some history books, but none of them went into a proper detail exactly what they were. So you're familiar with its existence, but not its exact wording.
I'm vaguely familiar with it, but there wasn't enough information to really obtain from it. If that makes sense.
I understand your wording. The scales of Skuld. They were a very old legend. Supposedly dating back to when... I presume you're all familiar with a very, very old legend of our world. I presume you know about it. The questionable race.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, we've heard word of that.
Well, that's supposedly when the legend started. All the Dragonborns were supposed to be united together to fight in that race. To fight as a race to go against that. But when it wasn't enough, some of the dragons decided that it'd be better instead of to fight than to set up their own residence. They unfortunately met their end to those that fought back. The Scales of Skuld was an old legend supposedly passing of when a Dragonborn's power could be truly matched to that who would rival the Ancients. It resides like this. Dragon's blood of one's true form appears but once to one of yore. Unite the spirits of old and new to grant the blessings of life anew.
I managed to get parts of that.
Yeah, okay, I'll read it again so you guys will have it here, just in case you want to write this down. Dragon's blood of one's true form appears but once to the one of yore. Unite the spirits of old and new to grant blessings of life anew.
To unite the spirits of old and new?
Yes. To grant blessings of life anew.
Oh, alrighty, got it.
Okay.
Goldie then writes, what does all that mean?
Supposedly how it used to go. If the one strongest Dragonborn chosen by the will of the dragons themselves was able to gather up the blood of the strongest fighter and their children, supposedly they could obtain the powers of that dragon in the process.
Whoa.
Apparently one fully got through with that. But the power was too much and he was eventually destroyed. It was quite a dark day, and that was when the Dragonborns decided to never reside with that again. At least that's what the rumors all go. But Darkedge, he decided to try this for himself. He managed to wipe out pretty much almost all of the Dragonborns with only a fair few left. And Goldie, your mother was part of that legend. Supposedly, Feather wiped out the entire of the village, all to get to your mother and you.
writes, "Wait, why me?"
Supposedly, he was really curious about reading this. So his idea was to wipe out every single Dragonborn in existence and drink their very blood till that way he knew exactly if he got the power. No idea whether it's worked for him so far, but knowing that you're one of the last Dragonborns alive, as well as myself, I'd rather not take that risk that either me or you could possibly be the one of legend. That's the reason he decided to destroy our home. All for the sake of trying to wipe out as much of the Dragonborns as possible, so that none of them could stop him back. Whether he missed the one of the legend, or whether it was just so the fact that none can rise up to raise to his strength level, should he achieve this legend that we've had.
And quickly writes, one of the members of the Black Pen Diction, he told me that the reason Feather destroyed my village was because of his black scales, because he was being how do you say that word? Ridiculed? Yeah.
He speaks some sort of truth, but it sounds like he didn't tell you the full situation.
Sounds about right for Diction.
He sort of looks over at you, Trilly, and goes, "Indeed. Sounds like you've had quite a conundrum from one of these pen members."
Hey, you have no idea.
He then writes one last thing. He also said that the village was just silver and gold dragons, but you're mostly a black dragon.
It's a complicated story. You see, I kind of believed in the legend myself after he was going crazy. So, as he was destroying the Black Village home, which I was happily visiting at the time, I realize I haven't told you my title yet. I am the ambassador of the Golden Dragonborns. I reside in the Black Dragonborn village as the representation, so that way the Golds have a communication with each other.
Interesting.
Each of the residents had access to Dragonborns of their own. Some of the Silvers decided to reside in the Gold one mainly because they were related to the Silver who resided within your establishment. As the time went on, it seemed some of them began to mix in the different colors altogether. But they still at least agreed that the village would be more dominant based on those colors. When Dark Edge, or Feather, or whichever name you want to go with, he came by and said that we should all bow to him and that the strongest would yield to his power, so that way the Dragonborns could stand proud and strong. We all told him he was being stupid, childish, and believing nothing more than a fairy tale. At that point, that was when your mother stepped in. Your mother, Goldie, she tried to plead that even though this legend was from the days of when we faced our darkest times, it was then presumed that, well, it was presumed to his mind that we were telling him he was being stupid and should be exiled from every village. At least that's his wording. By the time I was getting ready to send another message after hearing that, the next wording I heard was from your father before he died. he said to me that he had gone crazy. So I had made my way as fast as I could to see the damage for myself. When I arrived, it was all gone. I tried to get in contact with everybody I possibly could, but I got nothing. The last message I got was from your mother, saying that she was fleeing with you in her arms. But I didn't get exactly where, and that was the thing that disturbed me. Thinking that because I couldn't find that location, I was too late. I was too late to do anything to stop it. And that I was going to be the last one left. In that process, I went back to the Black Village to gather my supplies and make a plan. And knowing what Feather was doing, I decided to take a page out of his book, and I drank some of the Black Dragon's blood that was scattered around still. And this is now what I look like. I guess you could call me a mixture of the two. Orange by birthright, black by power. And I was scared to do anything about it. I was traveling near the southern areas of Monu when a parchment reached along the areas saying that Helix was apparently being saved by a group of mercenaries, and they mentioned a Dragonborn. That was when I came up. And by the time I got here, well, it was too late to do anything about it. Or at least, supposedly. I tried making a progression into the city before, but when I made it there, I was blocked by those golems outside. And I couldn't do anything to get to you. He sort of shakes his head and looks to the ground, almost like he's trying to hide his face. And I heard from the reports as I was venturing to Hope Key. And I bumped into Titanus. He told me that he had managed to acquire you, Goldie, and that was when I knew I had to come back. According to what was passed on from the mercenaries who made their way through here, that you had taken a residence in Helix to fix the situation. So I made my way here. By the time I arrived, it seemed you already sorted out the member. I'm just really glad that you're safe.
You listened, her, like, you can see that she, especially, she's just, like, has a very, like, sad expression, especially when he mentioned her father, who also died as well. Just like, trying to take it all in. And to also, like, hear, like, her, like, home and family, like, nearly all her family are gone as well. She couldn't help but, like, slightly tear up a bit.
Okay. At this point, Crescendo just sort of looks up and looks at all of you. I'm sorry I brought up such a sad tale to all of you, especially in front of Goldie. I honestly bared no will to this, but I figured it was best that you were aware that Feather is no ordinary Dragonborn. Especially if if the scales of Skuld have turned out true, he could be more powerful than even any of us could even have imagined.
Yeah, about Feather. We have mentioned that we've had a run-in with him before, right?
You've bumped into Feather before? Where?
What? It was... I can't remember where exactly. probably Hope one of the towns. I know that, but I don't. But when we spoke, but thing is, at the time we had a paladin in our party who knew Feather prior to all of this, but she believed but he went by a different name back then, and apparently she thought he was dead.
Then it could be possible. No, why would they still have the same name then if that's the case?
Also, Feather was red. You're describing as a black dragonborn.
So it sounds like that there's two feathers. I wonder why.
Yeah. The feather that we ran into, he was apparently revived by the one called Diction, but we also.
I can safely say that he was definitely a black dragon. So this red one that you speak of, I have no idea exactly what's going on.
Maybe he came back a different colour.
Look, I don't know. And just based on what we've heard from Feather himself, I don't think he's doing any of this because he wants to. But because he has no choice.
Well, the Feather I know was willingly enough to do this, so it's possible that two different Dragonborns have taken up his name. But wait, you said he was a red one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a red one alive.
Would it help if I told you what his original name was?
Maybe.
I look around just to be sure that there's no one resembling Diction anywhere close by.
You can make a perception check.
Okay, yeah,
It's not the name of the show!
Yeah, yay, perception.
Nah, you assume nobody's there.
Oh, alright. Even so, I still whisper it to Crescendo. His original name, before Feather, he was called Skull.
Skull? Wait. A red dragonborn named Skull? Oh my god.
What? Does that have any meaning to you?
It does. One of the newses that passed around was that some Dragonborns fled. We got word from one of the red Dragonborn villages that apparently some Dragonborns managed to escape. One of them was a Dragonborn named Skull.
No, I didn't get far then.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Thing is, when we ran into him, we made a promise that if Diction were around, we were to call him Feather, not by his real name.
Also, didn't we also swear to, destroy Diction, kill him completely?
Yeah,
all these clones around. Who knows who's the real one?
I believe so. Look, I don't know about this other Feather character, but there has to be a reason why they're both taking up the same name, right?
It could be a rank.
I
doubt it would be. Still. I have no idea, but it is definitely something I should be looking into. But I figured this information was best to pass on to you all, especially with Titanus passing me in this direction. I only hope that...
Yeah, that was our doing. We called him here.
He points to where, like...
Needed backup at the time.
Sorry, Goldie?
Yeah, one, like, Goldie quickly says, like, I managed to call, Titanus, but problem is now I don't have any magic left.
How are you saying that?
Writing it.
Okay, that's good.
I hate saying writing it all the time.
I assumed it was writing, that's why I said nothing.
Yeah. But that parchment must be really full now.
Yeah, to be honest, I've kept track of the pages. She has 2 pages left.
Oh, fuck.
2 pages? I only gave her 1 sheet.
Oh, 1 sheet? Oh, shit! Alright, you know what?
She's been writing very small.
Alright, okay, you know what?
Well, I've spelled this wrong.
You know what? I'll say if you want to write anything on it, I'll give you 1 more moment to write before it's gone.
I mean, doesn't she have the other page? Like the other side?
Yeah, that's what she's been using most likely. That's why I assumed based on what's being written, I did that. So I said she's written on both sides.
Cue Moonraven.
No problem.
Well, it was something I did think about, but not quite. But at that point, sort of, Crescendo looks at all of you and just sort of nods a little bit and just sort of says, I'm sorry if I wasn't that much help, though.
You're more help than you thought. But now we know there are 2 of the bastards. Still is concerning, considering there are more of those feathers out there.
Indeed. That is something interesting. Well, hopefully, admittedly, my task is I'm trying to look around all of the remainder of the villages to see if any of them have any information based on the scales of Skald. Unfortunately, I don't know too much myself, that's why I'm looking into this, and concerning that the loyal keepers of that are, well, gone. I'm looking into whatever research I can find.
I'm honestly surprised you don't have any written history when it comes to that.
Well, that's why I'm looking around. Sorry, I haven't gotten your names. I apologize.
Magnus.
You are Magnus, and your little friend next to you?
Really?
Drunk one?
Drunk off her butt is Trilly.
A pleasure, Trilly. I must admit, though, you were brave to jump down from that window despite your, situation. And he then sort of looks over at the rest of you, and you with the nice hat.
Zelion.
A pleasure, Zelion. And
Yeah,
your mechanical friend back there, I think I know of you. Are you... You're, what was it, Rusk?
Mechanical? No. I'm just human.
Wait, mechanical?
Well, I assumed based on his attire, he looks like he's well adapted to some kind of mechanical contraptions. I'm sorry.
He's an
Oh yes, I am a mechanic, but I'm not mechanical. I'm not a warforged or anything like that.
He's a... Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you actually a warforged?
Oh?
No?
I think we'd know.
No, he's not. He's not. He's an artificer.
Just a regular artificer? Isn't there a warp?
Yep.
My apologies.
But it's Liam Rusk.
Oh, Liam Rusk. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we only just met him today, recently.
Oh, I see. And I'm guessing based on the name I've heard running around that you've called the Hope Finders, correct?
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, we were given that name by a mayor of another town a little bit ways from here.
Oh, you're on about the one close to Noir, correct?
Yes.
Ah. Ironically, I was heading in that sort of direction next.
Yeah, you might want to stay here for a little bit.
And
You may encounter guards and such coming from that direction, so I recommend staying here for a few days.
I wish I could. I wish I could. What were you about to say, Del? Sorry?
Nah, it was just... never mind, don't worry about it. I was just gonna...
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Let's just move on. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough. At that point, Crescendo just looks over at you, Goldie, and walks up to you slowly. Golden Heart, I am so glad to know that you are all right. And he just puts his giant sort of dragonborn arms around you and pulls you for a gentle hug.
Just goes into the hug him. She wishes she could talk, saying how happy she is to finally find somewhere, especially one of her families. But thanks to God, she can't say that.
One of the gods.
Oh, her fucking God, because he's being a twat.
Well, it's funny
That's what you get for being a twat.
Oh dear.
Actually, Goldie, roll a percentage dice for me right now.
Don't think too loudly. God is listening.
Oh, he's listening. All right.
Oi.
Come on, God, don't ruin this moment. It's a perfect moment.
Ruin the moment.
49.
Oh, nothing happens. I just wanted to mess with you. DM moment.
Fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much says.
Roll another dice.
You never said you were family.
Right, you just insulted the DM. Roll again. kidding.
Kindly go suck a cactus.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You really wanted to do that to your god?
Okay, moving on.
DM got called to suck a cactus. Emphasis on get to the point. Okay. Alright, no, but seriously, as the hug actually happens, by the way, he looks at you for a moment. When do you all leave?
Whenever we know the city is secured.
I presume you're waiting on Titanus and to arrive? I heard rumors that he was heading this way.
Affirmative, yes.
And the leader of this town too. She's on her way here as well.
Oh, I see. Wait, Lorna isn't here?
Yeah, that's a story for another time.
Presumably it might be wise. Very well, then. Before I go, Goldie, I think I have something that might be able to help you. If you can, meet me back here tomorrow morning. I think I can teach you an old secret that might be really helpful for you. But I warn you though, it will be quite draining. It's entirely up to you.
The eyes lit up filled with determination. Heck yeah.
Here's the cactus.
She then lifts her arms up, saying, "Oh, I'm ready."
Your mum always did say that you had quite the energy to do things, so I guess you do have that charm to her.
She's also being reckless.
That sounds like it came from her father really well. He always used to think with his head, never really thinking too much. In fact, to be honest, in the nicest building, it's what got him killed. But to be honest, if it wasn't for him, your mother wouldn't have got away, so maybe there's a place for it sometimes. Anyway, I'll let you get back to your evenings. I'm really sorry I kept all of you up.
Nah, most of us have been up, so don't worry about us.
Well, that's good to know. Anyway, I shall see you all. And Goldie, if you wish for me to teach you this, then come back here and do the same signal so I know to come by, okay?
She nods her head.
And to your friends, and to your friends, you are welcome to come by if you don't trust me enough and you want to make sure she's okay.
I suppose.
Well, the offer is there. Anyway, sorry, Goldie.
Wait, Goldie just looks at them, see how silent they were, oh, I'm glad you all care for me.
I just kind of glance at Goldie, just be all like, hey, me. I don't. Yeah, that's it.
And just as he lets go of the hug, he actually looks over at you for a moment, Trilly, and walks up to you. Trilly, a question for you, my friend.
Yeah?
Tell me, judging from your costume design, you're not from around here, are you?
No.
Would you happen to be from Naturia by chance?
Yeah?
Well, a strange little coincidence. I can tell you have the Queen's blessing amongst you. Sorry, it's a weird one of me to say, but the Green Dragonborns used to reside from close to Naturia before they moved over to Monu. Supposedly they had the blessing and, well, they told me that you could tell its radiance by someone with a pure heart. And I can tell that about you, so I guess it's just me being a little nostalgic to noticing that feeling, so please excuse me.
Sleepy here. Trevor's sleepy here.
Yeah, we got that.
Got it, Cotlol.
I figured it was for the viewers.
I've only just noticed this little block over here.
Wait, which
river.
little block? Which little block is that?
The one that I'm.
Oh, that. Oops. Yeah,
Oh, well.
I cut that off. It was a lone building on the side. It was supposed to be a farmhouse, but I couldn't think nothing of it.
Don't worry about it.
Alright. Sorry.
It's alright.
So at this point, he sort of looks at you. Trilly, if you can you join me tomorrow with Goldie? I think I might be able to have something for you.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe to prove myself now. He sort of digs under his robes and he pulls out a small, slightly moss-covered statue. It's in the shape of what looks like a sort of bald-headed, sort of closed-up type. I guess another way to put it is it looks almost chibi-like based on its sort of posture. And it's there with a dagger in one hand and a four-leaf clover in the other. And it's sort of a greyish statue that is, to equivalent to Trilly, is just enough to fit in the palm of her hand. And he places it in front, and he places it there for you.
In my drunken state, do I have any idea what this is?
Make a history check for me, please.
Disadvantaged?
Concerning you've been able to understand what he's saying so far, I'll allow this one with a pure normal history check. Just a straight one.
Ah, good. A moment of sobriety. No. Not sober enough.
Not that sober enough, apparently. To you, it looks like a nice little trinket.
Thank you.
Goldie points at the basic, looks at Crescendo
Yep.
and points at the statue and shrugs, indicating that she doesn't know what it is.
He sort of looks over and goes, I had a feeling nobody would know this much. Trilly, this is actually a good luck charm from Naturia. When the Green Dragonborns came over, they brought this with them as a symbol of good luck. They mentioned that they got it from there, and, well, from the fact that you're from Naturia, and since it didn't seem to bear them any better, maybe it'd be better in your hands. It's up to you, eh?
You know, drunk people sort of have like the odd completely lucid moment. Trilly has one of those, just looks at him and goes, "Thank you."
He sort of smiles softly and just sort of nods. He then gets up a little bit, sort of puts the cloak fully back on him, and sort of walks his way back to the alleyway. So the entrance to the alleyway. He goes, well, with all this going on, I shall take my leave. At that moment, something occurs. And an arrow pierces into the direction of Crescendo.
What the?
And I'm gonna roll to see if that does anything. If I need to put some music, and I put on the side bit of music because it's a moment.
It wasn't me.
Yep. All right. Wow. Nat 1. Okay, that does not do what I hoped. So with that, the arrow fires in the direction. It fires towards him, but doesn't catch him completely. It just sort of skins the side of him and into the ground.
What? What?
Oh, what?
And
But he quickly jumps and tries to just push him out the way, so just in case another arrow comes.
so
It was
it's
a
only
nat 1.
all right. Well, as you do so, right at the entrance to the alleyway are 4 cloaked figures, and one of them loads a crossbow bolt back in there. And there, coming right at the back, is a 5th one. In a similar clouded form. Or clouded cloak form. Walks forward, and then he pulls the hood back. And there you see a black dragonborn.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And we're gonna end it
What?
there!
Oh, really?
Yes, we are!
This is the first opportunity I have to use the Mortal Blade. I fully intend to cut at least one head off.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this rather touching moment where Goldie got a nice little moment there. Surprise!
Ah.
I couldn't talk, and I
Yeah?
had to keep saying right, fucking right.
Hey, I'm enjoying every minute of this. This is actually more fun.
I cannot wait until Magnus finally gets a long rest.
Well,
Quick question. How much hit points are you guys on?
26!
25.
Oh,
And
shit.
Not enough.
well,
I
it's,
don't have enough either.
well, it's a shame that your other cleric has gone to bed, isn't it? And the only one who could heal is actually can't do spells.
And I'm out of health potions. So I
And I don't have that many spell slots.
Oh, I have something to help.
Uh-oh, that annoys me.
The only
Oh.
who can help us is Liam.
Well,
Yeah, I can actually heal.
well, I guess we'll wait and see what happens. So, with this touching moment between Dragonborn family members, it appears that we seem to have a situation. What is this Black Dragonborn doing here? Is this feather, or is there something else amiss? Will Trip and Ursula be able to join the battle if they choose to? And more importantly, will Goldie be able to get an opportunity to get this power that supposedly Crescendo has? Well, you'll have to tune in next time to find out. Until then, guys, the perception's rolled low and it's time for us to go, so I hope you've had a good time because we've had a good time, right, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
And with that, we shall find out exactly how things go on the next episode. So until then, guys, if you were charged with joy with this stream, be sure and hit the subscribe button, check out the follow, check out the other videos. You know exactly what to do, hopefully. Now, next Monday, no D&D, but we shall see how things go on the next one in 2 weeks' time, and we'll see exactly what happens. But until then, guys, it's goodbye from Brownie of the Joy Charge Gamers. It's goodbye from Kotlal.
Heyo.
It's goodbye from Dell.
Boy, everybody.
From Raven.
Bye.
Gaon.
Tune in next week when Trilly tries to order a scorpion to climb out the window.
Oh, God. Goodbye from Chopper.
Later.
Goodbye from Heidi.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, no. I was hoping we'd go one stream without that.
I had to put at least one in.
Fine, I'm doing the V symbol. I know that's the wrong series. I know. Get with the joke. And goodbye.
Live long and prosper.
Thank you. That's the one. Goodbye from Caitlin.
My monkeys can save me.
Wait, the monkey can save you? Hey, I'm controlling the enemies.
Stop monkeying around.
Thank you.
No, the ape.
I know, I was joking. Alright, but with that said, everybody, it says goodbye from Brownie of the Joy Charge Gamers, signing off on Let's Play Live Perception Check. Stay charged and catch you all later. Goodbye!
Boy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.